Hello and welcome. I am your host, Lord Miguel, or Michael, and you are watching the first game of the best of five, two boys, one cup. We have Hone versus SexPanther, and we're just waiting to see their first game appear on the spectate list at the moment. If you're not familiar already, this is going to be 5 games. We're just going to watch the first one across 5 amazing maps. The first game we know is Arabia. Hone is going to be playing as the Burmese, and George is going to be playing as the Goths. And you can see they've each picked 5 civs here. Jamie's got the Turks, the Mongols, the Cumans, the Burmese, and the Khmer to pick from. George has the Goths, the Cumans, the Vikings, the Britons, and the Mayans. And so they know the map, they pick a civ that they want to play on it, and then they go for it. And we've just found the game. We're going to dive right on in and have a look at what's going on. Alright. Burmese versus Goths. So these two are both professional players. They've been practicing a lot recently. Hone has actually done 23 hours in the last 2 weeks. That's a lot of game practice. And SexPanther for 11 hours. So here you can see they're just starting the map, and this is on dry Arabia, so it's a very, very open map. We have a lot of straggly tree lines that they can collect wood from that aren't very well protected. And we'll start off just by going over the player positions here. Here we have, in the blue, is SexPanther. And you can see he's gone straight for berries here, which is a bit of an unusual. He's a very tough start at the moment. He hasn't found, if we switch to his point of view, he hasn't found any of his sheep, and this is a really rough start for SexPanther. People are not going to get villages consistently. Either right down the back. Here he goes, he finds a sheep, and everything is back to normal. If we go back over to Jamie, he's on the sheep, this is fine. Hunter's going to have a nice smooth start, but already a little bit behind people there. They're trying to save some time by sending these sheep. They're going to go over to the mill instead of onto the TC. A bit of a weird move. Everything's blocking up here, nothing's really working. Let's have a quick look at the maps. We'll start with SexPanther's map. You can see he's got a nice back gold at the back of his base, nice and easily protected, but the front of his base, open, terrible, big hill here. It's not going to be nice to fight up that. And if we go look at Jamie's base, not much better. The forward gold is a bit of a problem. If he gets rushed, that could he could be denied that gold and give him a hard time later on. Nice wood lines, nothing crazy, good back stone, so if he gets tower rushed, he should be okay. Tower stone is of course very necessary to make counter towers if someone comes at you with their villages and makes towers in your base. So a nice standard start from Jamie. We've got 3 villages on wood. We're going to see what kind of strategy he goes for here. Another villager made. Much smoother start so far from Hone. Then the very, very far, what's this? This is called inefficiency. These villagers are standing around, going around houses. This is why you take your sheep and you put your sheep under the town centre, so that your villagers can actually get the food properly. He's also cutting the straggler tree, trying to be a little bit like the Viper there, I think. He should really be building a lumberjack, like Jamie's done over here. Jamie's lured his first boar, and at 4 minutes into the game, it's a pretty good time to do it. He's got a second boar over here. We'll make sure he scouted that. Has he? Yeah, he knows exactly where that is, so he's looking good there. Where's the boars for SexPanther? Top right, bottom right. All good. But has he seen them? Does he know where they are? He has. He's found one. He doesn't know that the other one's up here, so he's actually been very aggressive. He's sending a scout. He's off to find Jamie. He's found Jamie's gold. He's going to know that the town centre is around here somewhere. There's only one other gold pile that has this many gold. And so he knows that he's very close to Jamie. And as you can see, he is. He's right next door. I think the real question here is, once he finds Hone, what is he going to do about it? Steal his sheep? Maybe. Oh, a forced drop-off of the food there. So what you just saw is all these villagers quickly dropped off the food without Jamie forced it to happen so he could get another villager out on time. He must be cutting it fine. He's luring in a second boar now. We'll just watch, make sure he doesn't screw this one up. Nah, he should be fine. He's obviously done this enough times now. Sometimes even professional players will lose a villager there. Alright. So just setting up... Oh, housed. That looks like it's SexPanther is housed. He's created too many villagers too fast and he hasn't built a house. He's got these idle villagers here. They're just not working. You need to build a house. Get them on a house. I wonder how long he's going to realise this. I wonder if he's ever going to realise this. There we go. This villager over here. She's going to go build a house. Right on top of his wood line. Why not? She's no longer working. That's cool. Alright. He's back. He's okay. Has he scouted? Oh, he's gone the wrong way. He saw the gold, but he went south. And Hone is not south. He's over here. He will find him eventually, though. I think he's going to go over there and scout his wood line straight away. Now Hone's going straight for some walls. He's using his houses here to build a little wall to his gold. And I think you'll find he's going to try and build buildings around in the corner like this. Scout cavalry. He's found him. Bam. SexPanther knows where the Hone is. He's in his own jungle up here. Alright, well, we'll see what else he does. He's going to go off and probably try not to let Jamie know he's been found too early. But it's really good that he's just scouted both of those wood lines. If he's going to do some early aggression, which I think he should do as Goths, this is the way to do it. He's got a lot on wood. Now this is unusual. The Goth player... That's something we should really talk about, is these two civilizations. So, SexPanther is the Goths, and the Goths, wow, they're an infantry-focused civilization. They have very, very cheap infantry, and they get a lot stronger throughout the ages. Extra attack versus buildings. They're very good at hunting those boar, despite the fact he hasn't taken his boar yet. George definitely knows how to play the Civ. Interesting fact about SexPanther is he's got the achievement for hoarding 20 sheep in the Dark Age, but you wouldn't know that for how he couldn't find his sheep at the start of this game. A lot of villagers on berries, ignoring these deer. A much faster source of food to go out and hunt these deer than all these berry bushes, but he's gone straight for the barracks, and I think we're looking to see some early game pressure from SexPanther. He wants to panther all over Hone. And as you can see, wow, Hone's gone to gold. He's got 2 wood lines. You know what this is? Burmese. So if we switch to Hone's point of view, what we can actually do is we can look at his Civ, monk and elephants. I think what we're going to see from Hone today is what we call a fast castle. He's gone to 27 villages. He's going to feudal now. And as soon as he hits feudal, he'll drop down his 2 more buildings to unlock the next stage, and we'll go straight to that next stage. And that's why those 2 villages are on stone. He's trying to skip through the ages as fast as possible. He knows that he might be a bit faster than George in the late game, and he's trying to force the game to a later game. And here you can see, sneaky militia. And you know what? He doesn't see this yet. He doesn't know this is coming in. It's only one. There's a second one here, and this is exactly what George should be doing. He should be taking the militia, and look, here it comes. Jamie hasn't seen it. Find a way to look at it. Oh, Jamie knows now what he's going to do. He's running back. Oh no, he's been rushed. It's a Dark Age rush. It's a massive miss. So what SexPanther running to do is take this horse away from his militia and just get some extra. This is good. He's taken him off gold, and now look, the gold for Hone. He's only got 120. He's built a watchtower in defense. He only has 120 gold, and he can't do his strategy. He wanted to go a fast castle. He needs 200 gold for that, and he's missing 80. This is put it just by coming in and harassing that gold. George has completely ruined Jamie's plan. He's going to be very slow to the castle age now. Let's see what's happening. What's his next one? He's just standing up here. He's waiting. He's waiting in the inky fog of war. What's he going to do? He's adding more. He's going for more. Going for more militia. So just before this game actually showed George a video of the best player in the world doing this with these little guys and trying as hard as they could to do lots of damage, and I think he's trying to mimic that. but he's not very fast. So he's got a good economy behind. Wow, does he? We can actually look at their village accounts. Hone's on 30 villages, whereas SexPanther is on a mere 23. So a little bit of progress coming out. That extra 23, that extra 10 hours is really paying off for Hone right now because of his extra village account. SexPanther just gets to the feudal age. These militia, they're going to be man-at-arms soon. And these militia are cheap. That's the good thing about Goths, is they have these very, very cheap infantry. He can just make these all day. It's going to barely hurt his economy. And he's going to take down this house. Now James is housed again. No, this is Hone's house. Hone, you need to build a house. All these villagers standing around doing nothing. You need to build a house. And true to form, of course. Hone's got way too much wood in the bank. Here we go. They're in, and if... Uh-oh. SexPanther isn't watching. He broke through the house wall. Jamie's not watching either. He should be garrisoning all these villagers inside the town centre to shoot the arrows. There we go. Keep them safe. And now, I think SexPanther needs to get out of there before he loses too much of his boys. Especially because man-at-arms should be on the way. Oh. And he got out. He got out. This is great early game pressure from George. Oh, this is perfect. So George, he's seen the stable. He scouted the stable. He saw Jamie was making scout cavalry. And so look, he's added in a little spearman here. He's got a long pointy boy. He's got a pointy stick. He can deal very handily with the scout cavalry. He'll have no problem at all. Jamie is still housed. Build your house, Jamie. Destroying this little house over here with those militia turned out to be such a huge problem. Here we go. Needs to watch. Take you guys up. There we go. Oh, Jamie's being quick on the mark. This is fantastic early game pressure from George. Well, quick. Jamie's found George's sheep, and he's not giving them to him. Look, that's very rude. Laming. It's called laming. This is a very inefficient mining camp. If he puts it one square away, then there can be a line of villages in between the mining camp and the gold. But that's all right. He's doing well, this George. Maybe needs an extra barracks. Produce more of these militia. But this is great early game, but I'm afraid... Wow, all this house blocked. He's just been blocked. He needs more houses. He just hasn't been building enough houses. And his villager lead's gone a little down the toilet because of that. He just hasn't been making villagers fast enough. And I think the pressure's getting to him. But here we go. Here we go. This is the right move from Hone. Ignore this. Who cares? It's just a blacksmith. It's only researching my armor upgrades. But more importantly, I have little horses and they're fast and they can run across the map very quickly. And so instead of being the pawn to SexPanther's game and dealing with this at home, he's saying, nope, I've got a plan. I'm going to go to your base. I'm going to figure out what's going on. And if those scouts get into this wood line or on top of this gold, he's very, very undefended over here, young SexPanther. He has researched loom though. His villagers, you can see down here, have a little bit of extra armor, which makes it a little bit harder to kill. And this is perfect. Look, we're denying the archery range. George wanted to do a switch into archers. He's going to attack the farm, of course he is. This is what I call a sneak attack. Sneak attack onto the farm and then just let all your horses die for no reason. This is ideal. My goodness. This is definitely not the kind of engage. This is... to think this guy's the best chess player we have at uni. Look at these guys. Look at this pointy boy stick's just going to come over. He's just going to... Masterpiece. They didn't even kill the farm. The farm's still there. It's on fire, but it's still there. And that's heaps of pointy boys. George is safe as he ever needs to be back at home. He's fine. And look at the village account now. 39 for Hone. 30 for SexPanther. So SexPanther's always been a little bit behind in the economy, but look at the damage he's doing. He's going to break down this archery range. He's broken down this blacksmith. Jamie's going to have to remake his blacksmith if he wants to do any more researches. And look, his skirmishers, they don't have +1. They don't have extra range. He could just run on those guys and kill them, but what's he doing? He's going to go back. Jamie's kind of given up on this whole wall thing. He had this cool idea of having this wall, and he's just given up on it. He doesn't want to do it anymore. And you know, I think now he's really focusing on getting his food and getting it to the castle edge. I think that's what he wants to do. He's sick of all this feudal pressure. villages are working, I think. There's no idols. It's all very good. Who was he playing? He's building a watchtower. So now this is a questionable decision. I don't know if this needs a watchtower right here. What's this going to defend? George really likes his open spaces, I suppose. So far, good decisions. Jamie's, he's not adding more scouts. He's getting wheelbarrow. This is the right time to get wheelbarrow. He's going to make all his villages a little bit faster. But he's been a bit... There's the market. Alright, so Jamie also didn't find his sheep. These guys... There's an auto-scouting feature now in the game that they haven't used. And they could have scouted their sheep. Oh, here we go. The man-at-arms is finally in. It's taken a long time, but we're there. More scouts from Hone going across, trying to find some easy kills. Obviously, this watchtower is going to do not much against that, but who really cares? It looks cool. It does look very cool, George. Good job. Damn. Alright. What are the armies doing? This army should be in here. It should be bashing down these palisades. It should be curling around the back. It should be stopping this wall from going up. It should be scouting. That's what you use the scout for, this early game scout. It does the scouting while your army slowly moves from point to point. And this needs to be doing something right now, because he's letting Jamie win the game. Here comes Jamie. He's underneath the town centre. He's going to get a villager pick. Oh, she gets away! Legendary. Oh, but he found a juicier target, didn't he? Oh. SexPanther's fighting with his villagers, and you know, it works. Jamie gives up. He shouldn't have given up. He should have stayed for the extra villager kills there. None of these villagers are so... Uh-oh. Got a bit of a mess going on. These spears are a bit too slow. What SexPanther needs to do is just chuck one spear at every major resource. And then these scouts can't engage properly. It's just... They lose too much health doing so. Here we go. We're adding a stable. George is adding a stable. Interesting question. I think he wants his own scout cavalry. These are going to run right into these spears. Now Jamie is putting all of his attention on these scout cavalry. He's doing nothing else. Okay, we could probably actually go to his view lock and probably see. No, it doesn't work. It's bugged. So these guys are just going to run and serve. They're going to run and serve. Finally, here we're back. He could take down this tower. This tower can't shoot at things directly below it, and he can just walk in here. And Goths, +1 attack versus buildings, that's what the infantry do. And this tower is just going to go down, and this is what we like to see. This is fantastic aggression from George. As you can see, Hone's made an archer switch, but it doesn't matter. These guys here, these skirmishers, they throw spears. They're super effective against archers. It's like Squirtle versus Charmander over here. And they're just going to rip them apart. And still no upgrades, which is interesting, but this is a lot of damage. This is really impressive. But Hone, he's gone to the castle age just then. And he's had the villagers on stone. He's at 300 stone, he needs 600 stone, he can chop down a castle. And that will solve a lot of this early game pressure problem. What is he doing? He should just fight this. He's got a whole army, there's only one archer. It's gone, now it's gone. This is perfect. Another villager kill. And now we have 44 villagers for Hone and 30 villagers for SexPanther. And look at this, he's off gold. And that forward gold has become a problem. I said at the start of the game, it's a bit forward, and if he loses control of that, he's going to have to find gold somewhere else. And I don't think he has a response to this. Not yet. You know, he's still sending villagers over there, though. Just cheeky. I mean, if SexPanther knew, he could just kill her, but apparently he wants to kill this. And what SexPanther needs is a lot more men-at-arms here. He should be pushing the issue. He should also be going to Castle Age himself. Let's have a look at his resources. 2,000. 2,000 gold. He's been getting way too much gold this entire game. All these guys aren't even working. What's happening? We've got a big army here, though. This is what I call an economy in shambles. I suppose he doesn't want food anyway. He could make a market and buy the food to the next stage and keep himself in this game, no problems. But he's doing a lot of pressure down here. And look at this. Hone's misclicked. All his villagers hovering around farms. It's just absolute. It's mayhem in this base. And George is doing a great job of keeping this pressure on, keeping Jamie on his toes. And Jamie's building another tower, but he should know these guys are just going to rip that tower down. He's not learning from his mistakes at all. And if, oh, this is, hopefully he's watching. All these men-at-arms could die if we're not careful. And he is watching. He pulls them out. Very good army awareness by SexPanther this game. And he's going to easily clean up these archers. Again, Jamie just... He could pull these back. These guys don't need to die. It's fine. And this tower never went up anyway. It doesn't matter, does it? And also that tower cost 125 stone. It could have been a castle. And that's exactly what Hone needs right now, is he needs a castle. He really desperately needs that castle. He needs that defense. And he doesn't have it. Alright. Back at George's base, things are looking a lot more neat. He doesn't have a second wood line yet. And half these villages need to be split and given a second wood line so they're not going to and fro so fast. You don't want to see any of that. A lot of raiding over here. Jamie's losing too many villages. He has these archers. Surely I can deal with this, but he can't. It's too much damage. And here comes scouts of Sigma and bringing that castle. It's coming down, and this castle can be denied by keeps pressure up and stay in the game. They go with the horses, they're right in there, they're on those villages, they try to take them out. The entire army wiping out the army of Hone here. All the villages that he has in the those arrows are going to come out, maybe make a difference. And will this castle go out? So SexPanther has the achievement Castle of Doubt. He tried to make a castle, 96%, and then it didn't go up. Is this going to be the Castle of Doubt for Hone? And will he get the achievement? Because it doesn't look very good right now. It's definitely not working. And he's attacking the castle. This is the wrong move. Attack the villagers making the castle. There we go. He caught on. Oh, this is intense. That castle's not going up. He's done it. He's pulling his army. He's keeping his army alive. It's fantastic. He says, no, Hone. You're not allowed a castle in my jungle. And he's pulling back everyone. But where are they going to? This is an interesting move, isn't it? And this castle is going to... He needs to stay there. He needs to keep the pressure on. Up here we have the skirmishers. They killed a couple of villagers. And now they're just hanging out. The problem, of course, was this. But he has spears at home. Those scouts from Hone came down, but SexPanther had the spears, the pointy boys waiting and ready, and he's just going to chill here for a bit with his army. They're just going to have a little huddle. These guys are saying yes. He's saying I am Spartacus. Very good. Very good. I wonder what his plan is now. What's he going to do with all these guys? He's let this castle go up. It's very pretty. Now that watchtower's going up too. I think what SexPanther's done here, he said, hey, my pressure in the early game was great. And I have 32 villages, Jamie has 42 villages, but apparently I need to get to the castle age. That's what he's thinking. I need to get to the castle age. I can't keep that castle down forever. And he could have kept the castle down forever. I reckon he should have built more men-at-arms and just gone straight for the town centre. I reckon that would have been epic. But he didn't. But that's okay. So Jamie's going double stables, and the Burmese, they make elephants, and that's exactly what Jamie's doing. He's been a bit careless throwing away these villages over here. Jamie's going for a second town centre. He's going to start making villages twice as fast if he gets that second town centre up. And that's going to be important for that economy lead that he's been working on. 42 villages for Jamie, and 33 for SexPanther. Jamie's got 30 kills and he's lost 64 units. It's a KD ratio of 2 to 1. That's terrible. And look, he's going to lose some more people here now too. And he's no longer raiding. He's no longer raiding George back at home. And this is what George needs. George needs to keep making villages. He's going to the castle age. He's still in the game. He's been a lot slower up the ages, but he's put on the pressure in the right places, and it's really meant that he's been able to stay in this game. Here come the knights. This is the wrong choice, I think. This is the wrong choice by Jamie. How heavily is he going to invest in these knights? Because I'm pretty sure that those pointy boys can be added very quickly to this army over here. And there's too much army here for this knight to handle alone. So George is doing exactly... He should just walk around this. Why is he... Why does he attack the archery range? You know, what's the value here? Kill the villagers. They're just hanging out at... Here we go, yeah. Curse of the commentator. Apparently I know exactly what's happening. There we go. This is better. He's in the back. Jamie's panicking. He doesn't know what to do. All this juicy farming area is ripe for the taking. And look, guys everywhere. He's garrisoning in the villages over here. He's still getting a lot of villager kills. But I fear SexPanther's spread himself too thin here. And he recognises that. He's very good army awareness, this SexPanther. Very cautious, keeping his army alive. Many of these have been here since the very beginning. He's just been very cautious with them, keeping them all alive. And now he's going to take out this knight. Probably... Oh, no. He's not going to take it out just yet. This knight does have armor upgrades. So it's only taking 1 damage per hit. It's very strong, this guy. And this wolf... Oh, no, it's not going to help. He's going to attack this. He might even take... Oh, no, the poor wolf, he died. Anyway, back down here. It's much smaller force. I think Hone is slowly getting a lead. And he's finally making use of his Burmese unique unit, the Arumba. This is a dart-throwing, horse-riding man. If that sounds ridiculous, because it somewhat is. But no, military darts are a thing. That's a real thing. Back to SexPanther's eco. It's good. He hasn't added any more town centers. Oh, here we go. He's adding a town center on the stone. This is a fantastic town center placement. He's going to have access to this wood line. He's going to keep the stone nice and protected for those raids that'll come on later in the game. He still hasn't taken his boar. Certainly not a boar whisperer. Jamie still has his sheep in the back. I'm surprised Jamie hasn't sent these sheep over to the corner to never be found again. Singular man-at-arms coming in. And it's going to be spotted. Or is it? Is it a trap? It's a trap. Hone retreats with his cavalry. Nope. These cavalry just cost food. Hone loves making these cavalry. It's all he really likes to do. It's because he always has too much wood. He makes lots of farms. He just builds lots and lots of these guys. But what's their next move? Right now they're just kind of waiting. A second castle from Hone. He's scared. I think he's scared. He's just holding in his base. He doesn't know what to expect. And he's doing it all wrong right now. This is his chance. This is his window to do against SexPanther. SexPanther is relatively undefeated. Everything is very open back here. This neither town centre nearby. I think at the moment SexPanther is really trying. He's really trying to get his villager population matched. He's behind the villager count. And run by these dart throwing fools, they're going to make it difficult for him because they're going to come over here and throw darts at his villagers and start killing them. And he needs to keep that villager population up. Again, not using their armies, just having them hang out. These are scouts. They could be scouting the enemy, for example. And the scores are neck and neck, both 4,300 for each of them. And I feel like we're going to get one more big confrontation in this game before it's over. So one or two things is going to happen. I think Hone's, he's saving up. He's going to make a big play. It's going to involve all of his cavalry, and it's going to involve these Arumbai, and I think he'll be trying to add in siege when he does his attack. Maybe some forward villages, depending on how well it goes. And it's all going to depend on this attack's success as to whether or not he's going to win the game, because he needs to act now. Goths are a known problem in the late game stages. If these guys get to Imperial Age and SexPanther has an economy to back up the Goth infantry flood. We saw a little bit of the infantry flood earlier, but that's nothing to what it could be. And he's got the long swordsman now. Fantastic, working to his strengths. Alright, we gave up on the house. We're just going to come up to the top. We're going to go straight to, here we go, dart time. And a lot of these villages are already weak. One down. She drops her basket full of gold. Oof. So these are very strong. And these pointy boys are no longer enough. He found his sheep! He should eat those. Extra good food. Jamie's not gonna, Hone's not gonna micro this. He's just gonna run away. He doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the time to deal with that. But at least these guys are no longer in the base being defended. And here come the scouts. He knows those pointy boys are off the wood line, and this is going to be very bad for SexPanther. He's going to lose so many villagers here, and he needs everyone. He's only on 47 villagers, and it's dropping like a fly. There's some pointy boys here, but there's not enough. But he's going to retreat anyway. I think he should have taken that fight. I think Hone should have taken that fight and killed those last villagers. And with that, SexPanther doesn't have any villagers on wood. He's not collecting wood at all, and he needs wood. He's built a castle for defense on the front. This is also a very well placed castle. This is very important. Keeps him that stone for the rest of the game. But these raids are very bad for SexPanther. I don't think he has a proper response to this, and what he needs to do is research pikemen, and he needs to flood pikemen everywhere. And he also needs to send his army into the base of Hone, but he's got too many castles now. He can't be raided as easily as he could earlier on. And if it continues on like this is going to turn into Hone's game. You can see him creeping ahead in the score. That kill death ratio is evened out. They both have about 80 kills each, and this is terrible. This is how you win games. This is killing the economy. He won't be able to make an army if he can't afford one. And he only has 30 villagers left. He's ringing the town bell. They're just going to sit underneath this town centre and die, but it doesn't matter. They only cost food. And Jamie has more coming. Oh no, these are the dart throwers. Interesting. He's amassing a lot of these around by now, and this is a good sized army. With this army, Hone is far in the lead. He's got a good economy to back it up. It's not amazing. He could refresh some of these lumber camps so they don't have to walk so far. They get very tired carrying all this lumber from the wood to the lumber camp. These guys are doing a lot, hanging out with their pickaxes. But at this stage, I think we can call this Hone's game. SexPanther's early game aggression wasn't enough. And he's just lost all his villagers. He needs another 5 town centres. He should be booming. He should be making lots and lots of villagers to try to get himself back in. But instead, he's making stone and not cutting down anything. Not cutting down any trees. He doesn't have the wood. He doesn't have the wood for a town centre. And he's making a watchtower on his gold. But you don't need gold. You have 3,000 gold. Why would you waste resources making a watchtower on your gold? Okay, it doesn't matter. He thinks it's a good idea. To be fair, it is where the dart throwing boys like to go. So I suppose he's just trying to save his villagers. He's got a lot of stone now too. He's just trying to amass a bit of an army. But currently, Hone has a bigger army. Here comes that dart thrower again. He might even get a kill here. Nah. So another thing about these darts is they are very inaccurate. And they're lucky if they even hit the target. But en masse, when there's a large amount of them like this, uh-oh. SexPanther's about to be caught out of position here. He's going in to make some damage, but I think we'll find that Hone's... Oh no, he should have come around the back. This is what SexPanther sees, and it is a trap. And there's too many around by here, and they're fast. They're on horses. And they're going to very handily clean up this entire army from SexPanther. This army's out of position, and it's on foot, and it's not going to work. He's got a hill here. When you're on a hill, if you're taking downhill, you have the high ground. Take 50% less damage and give 50% more damage. So it's very advantageous to fight downhills like Star Wars. He has the high ground. Nothing against all of these around like they're trying to fight to the top of the hill. So I'm trying to get rid of it. Use his range to advantage. And this is the problem. SexPanther has no answer to this fast unit running around. SexPanther's probably never even seen this unit before. It's a bit unique. He's probably never played a Burmese AI. So of the 5 civilizations that George picked, he's only won a game on 2 of them, I think. Which is an interesting fact. I don't think he's even played some of the civilizations. This is a really well placed castle. I like how it protects his main town centre. It protects his farms. But he really needs one near the wood. He's back on the wood. This is a good start. It's good to see him back on the wood. Whew. Again, idle army syndrome. These guys aren't doing anything right now. Mind you, neither of these, are they? They don't know what to do. They're very hesitant. And George's cautiousness of his army was paying off before, but now he's let Jamie get into a very strong position. Look at all these villagers. Working, working, working. Jamie's on 96 villagers. SexPanther's only on 42. And his economy is far, far stronger. That being said, actually, 16 of Hone's villagers are idle, just not doing anything. So that's pretty bad. In fact, it's almost like 16 is pretty close to 20. It's almost like, you know, if SexPanther had like a third of his entire people just not doing anything. It's kind of like missing out on that much. Another wood line. This is what he needs. And a wood line that Hone hasn't scouted yet, no doubt. He doesn't know it's there. So unless he really comes around the back, which is really what he's trying to do right now, we'll see if this tower actually pays off. I honestly think all these dart throwing guys could take this tower down. Very little hassle. So this has actually done nothing to protect his gold. And here he comes. He's going to kill all the villagers. He doesn't care about the fire of the town centre. He's got his armor upgrades. It's doing barely anything, and this is going to melt. It's going to, all these tiny little darts are just going to hit the stone. They're going to light the stone on fire. It's just going to crumble. He's not going to kill the mining camp. Interesting. Oh, he's going to scout it. He's going to see it. He saw it. There we go. That's very unfortunate for SexPanther. This is another huge setback for him. He needs his wood lines. He's been struggling for wood all game. He's calling the bell. All the villagers are rushing to a nearby place to take cover, and his army's arrived, and it's going to cause Jamie to fall back. But he's microing. He's been a nerd. He's micro-nerding himself away. He's kiting his enemy, throwing darts at every opportunity. He's the original scout. It's been there since the beginning, I think. And it's dead. Big army, but it's not going to do anything. It's too slow. I wonder if SexPanther has actually researched squires or not, which make your inventory run a lot faster. And this is this is not the kind of fight you want to take. He's so slow. He can't maneuver out of this. You need overwhelming force if you're going to be on foot like this. You need to be forcing your opponent to make engagements, and you can't be running away, not like this. And this is just very damaging for his army, as you can no doubt see. Hone's taking next to no losses from this, and he's going to go back up to this wood line and snag a couple more villager kills. Meanwhile, back at home, look at this. He's at the Imperial Age. He's remembered. Sometimes Hone just doesn't go to the Imperial Age. But at this stage of the game, his economy is in such a far superior position. It really should be Hone's game. George needs way more villagers. He only has 35 villagers. I feel like 15 minutes ago he had 30 villagers, and he still has 30 villagers. That's just how much damage Hone's been doing. And he's trying to make people and send them out to do damage, but he can't. He needs that defense at home. And again, the wood line. Again. This is catastrophic. Look at all those darts. Oh, is he going to get away? The Hammerman? No. Oh. It's kind of sad. I don't like it when the pikey boys die. It's sad. He's fine. Didn't bother him any. He's got his hoe and his little bucket. Darts don't bother him at all. Interesting. Again, waiting to make his move, Hone is. 4,000 points ahead. He's getting close to doubling SexPanther's score at this stage, and I think SexPanther should be thinking to himself, uh-oh, I'm very behind. I don't know how to be unbehind. Oh, he's making a switch. He's making a switch to knights. And I think this is the wrong move. Depends what he does with them. If he tries to use these knights against these dart throwers, it's the wrong move. If he tries to use these knights against Jamie's base, it's the right move, but I don't think he's going to use it against Jamie. Oh, Jamie's going forward of a castle. He's castle dropping. This is the worst castle drop I've ever seen. It's far away. It doesn't do anything. He has an army to fight any army that SexPanther has. He should be putting this castle here, where this deer is, or on the wood line. Or even he should be putting it on the other side of this forest, or up on this hill here. That'd be great to take out this town centre. But no, he'll just make it out here in the middle of nowhere. That's cool. Meanwhile, there's been a bit of a fight. Those knights did exactly what I expected them to do. You can see their bodies here. Yeah, they definitely shouldn't have been used against these dart throwing Arimbai. These guys are very strong. 17 attack. To put that into perspective, Pointy Boy has 4+2 attack. So these guys are fast and strong and healthy. The castle goes up, no problems. Yes, the third castle. That's really important because he has to use those castles to make a Arimbai. And he's got such a large force of this. He's getting the siege workshop. He's going to that killer blow now. Let's have a look. 2 castles. I think this 4 castle can be used to make trebuchets. The trebuchets will be used to take out SexPanther's castles, and once those are done, they can Paladin War, so the Paladin War. Is the Rimbai will take out this one hit. This isn't going to help you. You gotta at least make it out of stone. You have 300 stone. Cheekily just taking gold right in front of SexPanther's face. And this is what SexPanther sees. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's up here. He doesn't know at all what's going on. He's just making this wall. I suppose he's just making it just for a bit of comfort, like a little blanket. Just so he feels better. He wants to go up and around. He could have just put one wall piece between this and that tree. It would have been fine. But no, we can build 4 more there. He's just waiting. He's not making villages. He needs to make... He's going to the Imperial Age. He's been saving up the food. He's finally gone to the Imperial Age. Does that mean he's still in the game? Not really. It might just be too little too late at this point. It's all going to come down to how he deals with this impending attack. And as you can see, it's quite the attack. First shot comes out of the fog of war. It hits that castle and SexPanther. He's going to panic. What does he do? Does he send his knights to go snipe the Treb, losing all of his knights to the dart throwers? He's got no choice but to engage here. The trebuchet being the great equalizer in this game. He's going to send a single spear for Iron Boy to just slowly take it down, one hit at a time. 148 more hits and it'll be down. I think he'll kill the castle before then. Oh, we're going in. It's the biggest battle. All these guys, these are on stand ground or no attack stance or something. I don't know what Hone's done here. That was really silly. Oh, but all the knights died. And that trebuchet, they should have done that, but on the trebuchet, right? That would have actually killed the trebuchet because these dart throwers weren't really doing anything. He needs to keep this castle up. He needs to get the Imperial Age, and he needs to make his own Treb, maybe, to take out Hone's Treb. He's calling Town Bell. I don't know why. I think that was a misclick. Oh, I suppose there's one scout in his base. It's a good reason to stop your entire economy from working is when there's one scout. This is probably the most efficient scout ever made by Hone. It just did so much damage. We're getting mangonels, and this is a great choice. Versus the Arimbai, this actually work, and it's going to help take out these rams too, but... And yeah, these rams are going to go down. They're just not being protected at all. But Jamie needs to get all of this, and they need to be sitting right here. Just doing damage and making problems. This trebuchets, they need to be brought forward, taking out the next defensive structure. I think it's all downhill from SexPanther now. His economy is too damaged. He only has 20 villages. Jamie has 117 villages now. And we're just watching the end. These boys are going to go to SexPanther's safety blanket. They're going to try to get in, and there we go. One volley of darts. It didn't even matter. More down the south. Tiny little army here. Hone is in a very comfortable position. We have a couple of long swords. They're just killing these houses, no problem. Don't think I wasn't going to see that, SexPanther. Sneak, 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 destroying homes, but this is what matters. There's a good amount of these guys, actually. If we get a couple of nice hits. Here we go. Perfect. That's what you need. Oh, they're out in the open. Snipe them. You can do it. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's lost them both. He had one opportunity there to not miss, and he missed. He missed pretty hard. Could have done it from the hill, I suppose, but ultimately it didn't matter. And this has got to be GG very shortly. Surely he's thinking about calling it. It's all over now. He made it to the Imperial Age, but he doesn't have the economy to spam out the infantry like he needs to. And I think the first game, there we go, it's called GG. And the first game goes to Hone. Brilliant early game pressure at the start of their SexPanther, coming over with those militia, causing so much damage, denying that castle. But then he left his foot off the gas. He didn't stay, and he really should have. He might have even maybe should have come forward with villagers and put his own tower down here to take out Hone's first town centre, and that could have changed the entire way this game went down. But it was very impressive early game pressure. But ultimately, Hone had a better control over his economy. He had more villagers, he had more resources, and that's beautiful. He had more villagers, and that's what it came down to. That's why he can afford this big army. That's why he can afford these very expensive elite around by. He even got the upgrade, and it was all over from then. So fantastic game, and the first game goes to Hone in the best of 5 on this 1v1 Arabia. Good job. We'll have a look at the in-game stats. That's the score. You can see units killed. Hone's killed 234. SexPanther only 121. And if you look at the economies, here's that difference I was talking about. Every single resource, Hone has double, or if not triple, in the case of the stones. You can see why he was so far ahead there. Faster up times to all the major Imperial Ages. And if we go to society, you can see 117 villages. That power, that Jamie powerhouse. Always more villages. That beautiful early aggression just wasn't enough. Fantastic game. Right, it's time, I believe, the next map. What is the next map? We're thinking maybe Colorado. And we'll see you then. Hope